Wonderful. All right, looks like we're live. That's certainly good. I will start things out by just sending out our invitations to the updates on the different social channels. So we'll have those there. And just give it just a minute to see what ends up happening. We'll end up starting with or without an audience for the monthly update of Ride the Teacups. Thank you so much for watching. This is going to be the update for November of 2019. My name is Steve. I am the architect and designer of RideTheTeacups.com, which is officially now a thing. So hold on, and we are going to do our technology update right after this. Thank you so much for joining us and tuning in here. We are discussing November 2019 and everything that ended up happening this month on the blog. So we've got a few things that I'm going to go through. First and foremost, we are officially live. As you can see from the actual site, we are at ridetheteacups.com. Our content is here. We actually have our games, all of our park info that's loaded up. All of our blog entries and things like that, which is ever growing, out at ridetheteacups.com. So that is incredibly exciting. That is a year in the making, getting that site going live. So literally could not be more excited about that. So that is certainly first on the list of things we managed to accomplish. Certainly hope that you don't think we skimped on last month's technology update. We did not. We simply did it as a live stream instead of something that was specifically called October Update. So we invited everybody to come see what the website was all about and walked everybody through it. So we are live. And like I said, we attempted to do a live stream. It did not go terribly well, at least at the beginning. A lot of that was my issue. I had not done live stream programs on YouTube before. Learned a few things. Unfortunately, the primary error message that YouTube was spitting out did not really have anything to do with the actual error. But anyway, my settings were wrong. They are no longer wrong, and live streaming should be so much better in the future. So certainly very excited about that. And then what did we actually do last month? This is where I'll show you some of the different things that we worked on and actually got done. And here on the site, things look pretty much the same from where they were last month, you'll notice. So we did accomplish several pretty big deals. First, I stopped to take a breath. So this is a project that I actually started last year in November, and I've been working for the entire year, basically non-stop. So I just slowed down a second. Instead of looking ahead at what needs to be done, I stopped and took a step back and kind of started using the site as a user. You know, if I was someone who wanted to know about Disneyland, and somebody instead of somebody who's architecting this, how does this look? How does this actually shape up? Is this helpful? Is this useful? Uh, you know, is it easy to navigate? Do I know where it is that I'm expected to go next and how to find what it is that I actually want to find? Is it actually helpful in those regards? And what would I want to see? What could do, even if things are working, what could I do better? So I came up with several different things that we're going to end up implementing. I've kind of know where phase two has been going for a very long time now. And so what I've done is I took all of that initial feedback as well as feedback from others, and really kind of drafted a whole series of guidelines and updated my project management state. So I use the project management that's built into GitHub for all of my content, and ended up building all of these different guides for what work needs to be done, and things as far as as far as what these look like. If I get into creating my trivia game, that looks like making sure that I assign everything, how to create the individual components, go through all of the different needs that need to accomplish, and those things will be set up and scheduled and then actually worked on, and then in development make sure that we can test everything out correctly, and then finally push it out so that people can play the game. And I've done that for every single item that I need to have updated. There's a lot, so it's nice to take the general roadmap and really put it on a calendar in a project management software. All of that stuff is there. That was a big deal. Some of the things that you're going to see included with that um, are going to be updates to some of the different components. So if I get into here, just show off some of the different updates. I want a new mobile view, which will rotate as you end up rotating your phone, where you can have just things like the main entry points, the blog entry, the park information, and the different games you can play, and even the weather right at your fingertips. So as we start getting into the mobile horizontal here, you'll be able to see that everything is right at your thumb tip, and you can be able to navigate the site much easier on mobile in the future than you can today. I also wanted to add a new um, media gallery for photos and videos, and that's what you see here. Ability to actually see the different videos and photos. You can see in the bottom right corner of each thumbnail whether it's a video or photo, just to be able to give it a little bit of pizzazz. And then up here, the new menu bar up at the top, which will let you do that instead of the one that is currently on the left side um, of the site. So instead of this over here, I'll put a nav bar up at the top, and I want to make it absolutely tiny, so that it doesn't interfere with your ability to view the site. So a few different things like that. I'm doing a lot more prototyping before I just build things as well, because I think that'll help me with the feedback also. Um, and those are a few of the things that we're going to end up setting up going towards the future and set everything up in project management. Some of the other things that we have going on, and I am very excited about this, is we have made official Ride the Teacups stickers. So I have one of these on my laptop. I have one of these on my water bottle. Got a few of them set up. My wife's got hers on some of her stuff as well. We've given a few out to family and friends just to kind of get their feedback, but be watching because you will be able to get yours soon. So pay attention to our Facebook channel, YouTube channel, Instagram, those type of things. All of those are slash ride the teacups. So facebook.com slash ride the teacups, Instagram.com slash ride the teacups. You'll be able to find your chance to get your hands on a sticker. And then in addition to stickers, stickers are fun. I like stickers. It's a good thing. But I've known for a while that one of our big ticket items is going to be a custom Ride of the Teacups enamel pin, like what you would actually put on your shirt or on a lanyard, those type of things. So I know I've wanted my own pin, and we've been working on this pin, and here is what it is ultimately going to look like. So it's going to be a full inch and a half pin, very large. Um, and we're going to be able to have our own Ride the Teacups pin. So I've got a few plans for these moving out in the future. This will be the first one. I'm expecting it to show up early January, late December, early January. Um, the first order to come through. So very excited about that. So yeah, definitely be watching for those as well. That's our. I'm so excited to get the stickers and pins going. I can't really express to you just how big of a deal that is. So, really excited about those two elements and getting some promos out. But I also really need to focus now that the site is live on content. So one of the big updates that we'll have moving forward into December and January is content. I wanted to make sure that I was pushing stuff out while I was building the site. Made sure to push out at least one new blog and or video a month, and that's no longer going to be enough. So I am going to be moving forward. I'm going to be dedicating at least one full week to doing no development and doing nothing other than adding content to the site. So you'll see this fill up quite a bit. The next one that you'll see coming up in a week or two here is going to be on Disney pin trading, which I've actually adamantly told you several different times not to do in Disneyland, um, in pin trading. So, but if you're going to anyway, as some of our other users are, we want to find a cost-effective way to do it that's not going to break the bank, let you have so much fun throughout your entire trip. with your kids and really bring home some fun souvenirs at a reasonable price. So be watching for that too. It'll show up in a week or two, and you'll see that on our social channels too. But yeah, we'll have an entire week to nothing but content creation, quality blogs, articles, quality videos, quality live streams, those type of things you'll see coming up on a much more regular basis. And then on top of that, I am working on putting together the logistics for a weekly live show. So that'll be really exciting. So we'll actually come to you once a week. It'll include updates that are specific for that week. Things like what does the weather look like at Disneyland for that upcoming week? What rides are expected and planned to be closed down? What are the different park hours and schedules as far as parades and other shows and things? Stuff that, again, in helping you plan your trip, you'll want to know right out of the gate. Do you put that jacket in, or can you save the suitcase space at the last minute? Um, That'll be things that we come to you for, and then also non-up-to-date things that are pretty regular, like kind of behind the scenes on your different attractions, information about different restaurants that are about, and even just different history about the lands of Disneyland. Um, all of which you'll be able to find in here in our park info tickets, in pieces that we have inside of here. So we have all of this different information that's already here for you. But we'll kind of focus on one individual piece um, each week, just to kind of give you a heads up and let you be your own trivia master, but also be able to get your updates in a pretty fun way. And then we're also going to use that space to play a few games and have some other fun as well. But yeah, weekly show. Still working on the name. If you have some ideas for names, kind of drop them down in the comments. We'd love to take those into account. I don't want to possibly sway your opinion by putting in what I've already got planned. But let us know. It'll be quick videos, probably 10, 15 minutes. But that's kind of the idea for content moving forward, in addition to technology moving forward. Um, but those are some of the things that we worked on this last month. A lot of kind of stepping back and looking at what we have, and plans, lots of plans made this month. So what's coming next? How do we actually going to implement it? What does the calendar look like? What does the workload actually look like? Those type of things. So instead of feature pushes, lots of planning. Uh, that's obviously done. So what does our next month kind of look like? So as far as December and even into January, one of the big technology pushes that we're looking at is converting this site, which currently is a client-side rendered site, into a server-side rendered site. So right now this is a React site. React site is client-side and runs off of a script. However, that means as a React site, Google search bots cannot see what it is that you see right up here in this it's over here, it's magnificent piece. Google doesn't see any of this stuff at all. They just see a blank page. It's not very good. It means that Google can't index my site for searching or other types of things. It also means that if I try to share anything at all into, like, say, Facebook, instead of getting the cool preview that has instead of getting the cool preview that has the image and everything, all of which I've loaded up here, and all of that, it's just loading the very general site. And I mean, yeah, even here you can see that the title of my page for this page is Fantasyland, but when I share it, it's just showing Ride the Teacup. So things like Facebook shares can't see server side or client side rendered sites either. So looking at converting to server side so that it will spit out the page, and the Google search engine bots and social media share bots will be able to see everything correctly as they're supposed to. I've tried out a couple of different things. I think I am going to at least start a small scale proof of concept initially starting off of the Gatsby engine, of all things. They deliver server-side rendered static pages incredibly fast, incredibly well. Not all of my pages, let me get out of that, leave. Not all of my pages are static though. Things like all of our games are obviously not going to be static pages. They're dynamic. They change as you go. As we build our community site out, that's not going to be static. It means that part of the site will be client-side rendered, part of it will be server-side rendered. The technical term for that is that it's going to be isomorphic, running um, basically the same engine on both sides, and I need to make sure that Gatsby is the right tool to actually accomplish that. If it is, we'll start building it out. It's still moving React to React, so all of the components should transfer over fairly easily, just changing a lot of hydrate commands, or I'm sorry, render commands to hydrate commands. So hopefully that will update. The other thing is Gatsby gets its API calls through GraphQL, which I'm currently not using at all. So I'll have to convert all of my API calls over, which I am actually not disappointed at doing. It's going to be a very big change, very involved change, not a simple couple of lines. It's an overhaul. But I've been wanting to have an excuse to use GraphQL for a while, so this will be it. So get to play with GraphQL and convert everything over that way too. So those are things that are coming in December. That is too much work for just December, so it's going to take me through January as well. So you'll see those as well as some other things. In the small proof of concept, I'll use the new navigation bar that you saw earlier. And so that'll convert over. So, and then of course any bugs, anything that we end up finding, we'll make sure to fix those in real time as well. So, also been looking for what exactly the Patreon site is going to look like and what the Patreon rewards are going to be. So, got several things rolling around in my head on paper. So definitely be watching for that as well, because we would certainly love your support on a regular basis, and we would love to be able to give you more as well. I think that's about it. That's what we accomplished this month, what we're looking for next month, and even January beyond. Thank you guys so much for watching the technology update. Any questions that you have, please let us know. I'd love to answer any questions down in the comments. Like I said, we're using React for our main viewership. We have a server on the back end that runs all of our API calls and data management and things on the back. A bit of a custom solution on that. We're looking towards going toward Gatsby. So any technology questions, that's what this monthly update is all about. So anything that you'd want to see too, let us know, and we'll get that going. So, but thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you like the video, hit that subscribe button, and get to subscribe to the channel so that you can get these updates on a regular basis too, as well as what we're actually doing at the Disneyland park. So, but yeah, thank you for your time. We will see you again next month, unless you are subscribed, and then we will see you much sooner than that. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.